Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are obviously back in Train Sim World 2 as you can see. And we are going to be playing through, as you'll be able to tell by the title, the brand new, what are they calling it? London Commuter Route. It's just a Brighton Mainline. No, I don't think anybody's ever going to call it the London Commuter. I think everybody's just calling it the London Brighton. So, yeah. This is the service we're driving. 1 Mike 23. Brighton to London Victoria. 7:42. So we sort of be travelling through the height of rush hour. I thought, we're got to get a proper rush hour experience, you know. If it's a rush hour route, it's got to have the rush hour experience. So let's have a go. See what it's like. And we'll drive it. We're in the Gatwick Express. So the 387. Once the game loads, I'll put the master key in. Set the train to neutral, and the train didn't set to neutral. That's fine. I'm using the Alan Thompson sim button box. There we go. It's I'll double check that that's working quickly. Train sim world 4 notches. Okay, let me restart the software. And then we've got a long wait time, which is good. There we go. There it is. Right. Okay. That's restarted. Let's quickly slap the DSD to the normal, the vigilance to the normal, and of course the AWS to the normal.
TPWS and AWS operational.
And I do like that, to be fair. I don't know if it actually does anything. I'm not even sure if the Alan Thompson sim, Alan Thompson sim, the Armstrong Powerhouse one actually does anything, to be perfectly honest with you. Right, that's working, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't even know if the AP ones do anything, to be honest, but it does all the tests and stuff. You get the audio for it, so it's all good. Hopefully the audio of my actual recording's better than the last one, because I've just messed about with my audio settings, so fingers crossed, it's alright. Right, headlights are on. London Victoria is our destination. And if we come down here, you'll notice it actually reads, this train calls at Hassocks, Burgess Hill, Gatwick Airport and London Victoria. Now there's one thing I can see, and that's that there's no space between each word. It might be a bit fast maybe, but the bigger problem here, I think, is that there's no space between each word. If we go up here, it also does it up here as well. Anyway, let's go and get these doors closed. We're doing an external departure. Heck it, why not? Right. And power. Lovely. Notch 3. Nice. Nice. I love it. We're not going to hang around for Brighton too long because I believe it's literally just the exact same as what was in the East Coastway route. So we should have seen everything in this by now. Many, many times over. So just to reiterate the fact that it exists. I like the... Oh, okay, yeah, we better go out to the train. I like the bleeps for the thing, you know. Right. Not a lot's changed here, I don't believe. With the exception of this, and I am so pleased they put this in. Oh my goodness, they actually added an interior to the inside of London Road Depot. Is it London Road, this one? I think it is. Oh look, there's signals there. No, honestly, I'm so pleased they decided to do that. It's a shame it's got third rail on it, but, you know, you couldn't put the overhead trolley leads in, that's your problem, so. Third rail will have to do, but no. Thank you, DTG, for actually putting an interior in. Oh, look, there's a AI train off the East Coastway. Nice. Yeah, because obviously the East Coastway timetable is going to be in here for the sake of AI as well. So anything that runs up the East Coastway around up here as well. Oh, and actually, I forgot about the 09, didn't I? Hang on, let's go back and see if we can find it. Is that a seagull? That is a seagull. Interesting. Okay, Brighton looks quite nice, to be fair. Nothing hugely wrong with it. You know, the valley's nice and... okay. I was just about to say that valley's nice and populated, and then I noticed the massive gap in the hill there. So, yeah, the 09 should be around here somewhere, I believe. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, West Somerset Railway, Class 09. Just sitting happily here on its own. Doesn't do anything, but apparently, oh, okay. Apparently, they have an 09 at the depot, which doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Most depots have a shunter of some description. So, yeah. Happy days. They put it in there. Well, Mr. Joe Burgesson put it in there. Good. No, Joe Burgess. Yeah, no, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Yeah. He honestly, the timetable. If you've not heard what the timetable of this route is, it is absolutely insane. There are about there's about 1,200 drivable services. No, 14. Sorry, there's just over 1,400 drivable services. 1,400. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous for Trains in World. It's realistic. It should have been in place in the first place, to be perfectly honest with you. But nonetheless, it's here. We actually have a route that has a realistic timetable. Okay, my top horn doesn't work on my high tone. I'll need to reverse the thingies. I remapped my horn because it was driving me absolutely crazy that, yeah, it was driving me absolutely crazy that you had to press N to do the horn. So I remapped it to B, and whatever N was, isn't it a gold buzzer or something? No? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I remapped it, and whatever N was, I'm pretty sure is or whatever B was, is N now. So, yeah. Like I say, it was driving me absolutely nuts, the fact that you, because I always go, because playing Train Sim Classic, my hands just gravitate towards the space bar and B. So to try and play this against it, it's just got ridiculous. So I got fed up in the end of trying to remember the keyboard command. So I gave up. I changed it, and I've not looked back since. And luckily, if you've got the ATS button box, if you press reverse horn lever, it actually defaults to space and B, meaning it works. Now, obviously, sometimes you might end up with the horn go the wrong way, so you might need to go up to do the low tone and low to do the high tone. But it's much better that than only have one tone, sort of thing. So, small mercies, if you get what I mean. Funnily enough, with this train though, I go down, it goes down. I go up, it goes up. So I'm quite happy with this one. I've got no problems. No problems at all. It works well with the box. Another train coming. Oh no, it's just the occlusion not loading in far enough ahead. Or not all the way ahead, I guess is the technical term for it. That's the Gatwick Express unit as well. Actually, there's some interesting morning services with the Gatwick Express on this route. Looks like you've got some that depart Victoria, they terminate at Gatwick Airport, and then for some reason they go empty to Lovers Walk. That's the depot name, not London Road. Lovers Walk. Yeah, they go empty to Lovers Walk, and then is this the castle? Oh yes, it is. Hello. Nice. The texture looks alright from this distance. Yeah, no problems with that. That looks fine to me. Oh, we better start putting a bit of brake on. Step 2 brake. We're getting close to our first stop of Essex. Obviously, there's no announcements on the route yet. But the fact that they've put in the technology that indicates which stations you're stopping at is a step in the right direction. DGD have said that they're working to... Why have I got... Isn't that Control 7? It's Control 7 to turn the stopping marker off. No, I don't want emergency! I've probably done it over now, haven't I? Oh, no. Okay. Does it take it out of emergency? No, it's stuck in emergency. Lovely! Lovely, I went too far. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, hang on. No. Stop. Stop, or don't stop. Keep going. Come on. Come on. We'll get to the end. I know it says unlock doors, but we're early, so it's fine. We can readjust. We've got plenty of time. That was my fault, that one. I went too far on the brake controller. Put in step 3. Keep it rolling a little bit. And stop. That'll do. Doors? Yeah, no. But the fact that they've now got the destination displays to display what station stops there are is a step in the right direction. It means they've actually got a system that locates where the train is on the route, and thus they can produce a system eventually that locates the announcements of where they are on the route as well. This is one thing I have noticed about the rush hour passengers, which I'm not too impressed by. Everybody seems to get off at the first station, get a nice loaded train. Oh, they go downstairs. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you get a nice loaded train when you start the route, the service, and then everybody seems to bail at the first station. So it's sort of like, well, you know, if it's a rush hour train, everybody's going into London ready for work. They probably bought their more expensive ticket because they want to get there faster and all that. So why would they all get off at Burgess Hill? A couple of people, yes. But Burgess Hill isn't exactly going to be a place where everybody jumps off, is it? So, sorry, not Burgess Hill, where is it? That's very fast, actually. I'm not convinced that is entirely realistic. I've got no doubt they're fast, but that fast? I don't know. You can barely read it, so. Yeah, to be fair, that is one good feature I've noticed. If you get in the way of the passengers, they actually get stuck on the camera. They don't walk through you or push you out of the way anymore, like they used to. It was more pushing out of the way that was the issue. I don't think they could walk through you. But no, they'd ping you up top. And sometimes, obviously, as we saw back then, they will ping you up a little bit. But other times like that, they'll just get stuck on you. And as much as it's a nuisance, that they get stuck on you, it also means you don't have to readjust the camera once they've gone, so, you know, it's good. Yeah, no, rush hour passengers, definitely a needed feature. I spoke about it in the last video I did, on the Dresden route, the Riesa Dresden route, or whatever it is, but it was definitely a feature they needed, for something that's so heavily sort of geared around services and all that kind of stuff. You know, this is, as much as the simulation aspect of this game isn't there by any stretch of the imagination, the sort of theoretical, realistic possibilities, if you get what I'm saying, are better than Train Sim Classic. Because the passengers actually get on the trains now. Okay, they don't sit down. And why the hell don't they sit down? I cannot understand. Because World of Subways, if you've ever played that, Circle Line, that was released, I don't know, 10 plus years ago now maybe. It's got to be close to 10 years at least. They actually get on, they walk to their seats, they sit down. You press the closed door button in the cab, the passengers actually run on the platform to get on the train. It's got working mirrors, so you can see at the back. Or you can see, you know, you see your reverse. So you tell me why a game that's that old could do all that stuff with the passengers and the mirrors, and this game can't even get their passengers right. Do you see what I mean? It's as much as I hate to say it, it's laziness. It really is. Don't get me wrong, Train Sim World looks great most of the time. I say most of the time because the lighting is just horrendous at times. It really is. I'm sure. I mean, to be fair, I would believe it would be this dark, potentially, at this time of the morning in autumn, because it also sets to the month that you're actually in, which I think's great. It's much better that it does that than the way they used to do it, because they used to there we go. Another stop complete. We'll actually watch the passengers glitch out this time. Oh my god. Oh my god, wow. Wow. I have no words. I have no words for what I just witnessed.
Always try to carry a bottle of water with you.
Really don't.
If you feel faint, seek help at the next station. Do
Okay.
not
Oh, nice. They
use
actually
the
get on
emergency
after
call,
the
as
instructions
this may
complete.
delay help
I've
reaching
noticed
you.
that if you complete your instruction and it's got the wait to load, passengers don't generally seem to get on, which is a nuisance. Right. We need to do a cab pull away, to be fair, this time. We've not done one of them yet. And I thought I'd spend most of my time in the cab. I need to get a screenshot as well, don't I, for the thumbnail. Maybe I can get on or someone with the plane going over. That'd be nice. So, talk about visuals, shall we? Visuals actually genuinely makes me laugh. Honestly. This route is both a masterpiece and atrocious at the exact same time. For example, this bit we're going down now actually looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie. Credit where credit's due. It's got all the grass on the ground, you know, the what's the word? Procedural flora, that's the word. The trees look pretty nice, to be fair. Oh, if you're noticing that the trees aren't loading further away, I think it's a little bit further away they load. Oh, nice, we've got a leaf fall sign. It means it's slippy if you've never seen one of them before. It means that the track is going to be, the rails are going to be slippy. But no, going back to the point, I do have a couple of modifications which I've done. I'm not going to be able to post a link in the link for the article because I'll never be able to find it. But there's somewhere out there, I think it's on the forums. There's an article on how to how to sort of extend the distance and stuff's rendered at, and it also gets rid of distance fog and stuff. Like I've got no distance fog, for example, which doesn't do any favours in some situations, such as that hill. It'd be less obvious if I had a bit of distance fog, that hill wouldn't, you know, didn't have anything on it. It'd be less obvious, but at the same time, it's also quite nice without it. Makes the game, the colours vibrant, a little bit more vibrant, sort of thing, I think. And there's another one that I'm going to try soon that fixes some of the ambient occlusion baking, I believe. You've got to do it all. Bearing in mind, all of these require sort of messing around with files in the game. So if you're not confident with messing with files, because these potentially, if you do these modifications wrong, 38 miles. Okay, fair enough. But no, if you do these modifications wrong, it could potentially mess up your game slightly. So just be careful, know what you're doing, and always save a backup of all your folders before you touch anything. Having said that, if you want to have a go, there's some pretty decent stuff out there that people have discovered about how the game works. Now I think it's more core Unreal Engine, to be honest. So if people are used to Unreal, then they're going to have more of a chance of working out exactly what settings need to be changed to get the most out of the game. But now there are a few good articles out there about the subject matter of changing the way the game works. So yeah. Anyway, back to the actual visuals. See, some of the assets, I'm actually seeing really nice assets, to be fair. I've just, you know, that station, I didn't have any problems with that, really, to be honest. And then there's others that are just a massive letdown. I think the biggest example of a massive letdown in this route is definitely the Reigate branch. The Reigate branch, the actual track leading up to Reigate, is absolutely stunning. They have honestly done a brilliant job with it. And I sort of looking at it, I was like, yeah, you know what? I want to drive this route, this part of the route, quite a bit, I reckon. I'm going to make the most of this. Problem is Reigate itself. If you played the Train Sim Classic version of Reigate extension, you'll know that it was pretty pathetic. It really was, and I'm not over-exaggerating here. They did a horrendous job with Reigate. It doesn't look like the thing whatsoever, and I saw a comparison photo between the Train Sim World one and the real one. And honestly, I would be inclined to say that the Train Sim World version of Reigate actually looks worse than the TS version. I really would. There's a whole chunk of scenery missing, it seems. If you go to the other end of Reigate Station, there's a footbridge and there's a level crossing. There isn't a level crossing. There is no level. Well, there's a crossing. There's no gates. There's a road that goes across it, and there's some infills in the track, but there's no gates at all. Not even any lights. Absolutely nothing. Nada, zero. And it kind of makes you think, how did you manage that, DTG? You've got your working level crossings in place. How did you manage? What the heck was that on that bridge? Oh, it's a lamp. Oh, okay. I didn't see it and thought, what? Fair enough. No, but I don't understand how they managed to miss a level crossing out. Not only that, there's no fence, and there's no pathway leading up to this bridge. They just sort of painted the ground tarmac colour and had done with it. So basically, in order to get from one platform to the other officially, and the passengers do this as well, right? They come off the end of the platform ramp on one side, go straight across the road without a level crossing or any fence, so they have direct access to the track. They go up the bridge, over the footbridge, back down the other side, along the other side, back across the road, back past the track without any security fencing or anything, and then back to the platform, up the other ramp. You honestly can't make it up. You really can't. I'm not saying there should be a bridge on the station or anything. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is there should be the scenery that needs to be there. You know, the basic stuff they've missed. That's the problem. If it was like the old building here or the old tree there, or, you know, a bit of a gap in the scenery, it'd be like a bit, okay. It's okay, but, you know, it could be improved, sort of thing. There's room for improvement. But this, you just gotta laugh. You really have. Having said that, like you're saying, being less negative about the route, some bits are lovely. Some bits are honestly lovely. You know, something like this. Oops, I'm speeding. My bad. Something like this. This looks quite nice, to be fair. What I'm driving on now. All the grass, all the bushes. I do appreciate it. I really like when they put the grass in. It just makes the route feel so much more alive and lived in. Less like a barren wasteland, I guess, sort of thing. Okay, we can speed up now. Cool. I definitely think they need an update pretty fast to fix Reigate, because it does need fixing. There's no other way to sort of say it. What else have we got? Stuff that needs actually fixing. To be fair, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm sure I'll think of something later. I guess it's not a drastic miss. And to be honest, Reigate isn't part of the main route anyway. But it does feel a bit like somebody high up in DTG said, right, we need to produce the Reigate branch for it. Why? Because we want to add the services for it. Okay. We don't want to produce the Reigate branch. Well, you're doing it anyway. And it looks to me... I'm not saying this is what happened at all. They probably took their time with it, because the actual branch itself is brilliant. But the Reigate station itself honestly looks like somebody thought, can't be bothered, I'll just do this. Oh, there's also a bit of road with a car that drives at a 45-degree angle to the side. Not up a hill, not down a hill, sideways. So, you tell me. Like I say, trying to not be all negative though, there are some actually lovely bits, and it's actually a really enjoyable route to drive. I reckon if you do a few Gatwick Express runs up and down, or you know, a few southern services, it'd feel quite dynamic. And obviously, it's quite quiet AI-wise at the moment, but we're getting towards London and all that, so I'm sure the services will pick up. And trust me, they do. They do. If you're disappointed at the timetable so far, you won't be by the end of it. Have they got the spinning things? Oh, they've got a freighter. I think the spinning things should be over here. The radars. It should be on here, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere. At the end of this state. AWS. Stop. Shut up. Thank you. I can't see it. That's sad. Because I had it in CS Classic. So, I would have liked to have seen it here as well. Even if it was just the same model. Where's the plane? Where's the plane? Come on, give me a plane. We're not going to see a plane, are we? Okay, we've got a red light at the other end of the platform. Wrong key. At least I assume it's the other end of the platform. You never know. Been in a bit hot. This brake train isn't braking quite as well as I thought it might, but... Oh, there's the plane. Just went over us. But, you know, I'm sure that's realistic. I've got no doubts about the braking and all that. Because it seems a bit heavy, so, you know, it's good. It's got some weight to it. I'd much rather it have some weight to it than just feel flat, sort of thing. So, right, we've got 4 minutes 4-minute downtime at East Croydon. I'll show you the overpassage, because this is a big disappointment. I'm assuming we're waiting for that southern train to depart. Before we can go. Path for that to go first. Right. Okay. We have stopped. Open the doors. Right, I'm gonna turn that off. We've probably got both. Do that. Do it properly. Oh, I suppose I should have. Technically, I should also do that if we're going to do it properly. Right, are you going? So look, that's got it as well. That displays all the destinations. And they've already said they're going to update the East Coastway.
Mind the gap
Update the East Coastway run. To do it. To show that as well. Yeah, whatever. Words. Okay, route map. There's your route map. I'm sure somebody will mod that at some point to replace the texture. Calling it London Victoria and London Victoria. Now this is really confusing me. Why does it need to say London Victoria twice? I don't really understand it. It's a bit of a glitch in the system, obviously, but how would I have got to that conclusion? I don't know. So this is what a rush hour train looks like, is it? In the rush hour, yeah? Okay. If we can find a passenger on this train, then I will be well impressed. What? I'm assuming that's just a glitch. Maybe if I do that, it might fix it itself. There we go. Okay, so that needs to be patched. There's one for the list. Found one. Yep. Do you know what might have happened? Apparently on Xbox or something, they ticked, no, I don't. No, actually, I really don't. I'm kind of in the middle of something, though. There we go, right, okay, so that's the end of that. Technically, this should be open. Technically, that door shouldn't close on this door, I don't believe, but you know, whatever. Right. Take a moment to appreciate the aeroplane sound as well. The aeroplane honestly sounds so much better than it used to in TS Classic. I'm actually tempted, if I can, to get the sounds from this and yeah, that's a bit of a nuisance. It doesn't have any times or anything. This is a southeastern service anyway, I believe. I suppose at least it's got the calling pattern and all that.
Please keep personal belongings with you
Where's
at all times. Any unattended baggage will be
stairway? Here it
removed
is.
and may be destroyed
Cool.
by security services.
This is an entire disappointment, in my opinion. To be fair, I've never been here. I don't know what it looks like, but I can't imagine it looks like this, to be honest. There's got to be more going on than this, surely. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong, because it might be exactly how it is, but surely they should have put some posters up at the bare minimum. I get maybe they didn't want to do maps because they're lazy, but or any sort of signage, but there should be signage really, to be honest. But you know, it doesn't look, I don't know, something about it that doesn't seem to sit right. To be fair though, on the plus side, I like that. That's the Heathrow, Gatwick transit airport system thing. I can't remember exactly what it is now, but we'll go and have a look at that. There we go, set that. Right, I'm going to leave the DRA on. No, actually, I'm going to take it off because we'll probably be out the cab when we have to go. Anyway, let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so there's no detail on it. I wouldn't expect it to be honest. Would have been nice if it had a little sort of car, a little pod go back and forth into the station, but oh well, at least it's there. An attempt was made. But all of this bit, right, all of that bit, you literally have that to explore, and that's it. Oh, and by the way, there's no lights in this section, so go figure. Where's the plane? Where's the plane? Where's the plane? Oh, there's the plane. And down onto the runway. A lot of people have been complaining about the runway. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think it matters too much. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. So there's no lights on them. I don't think it matters too much. And maybe a tiny bit more of scenery in the background is required. But, to be honest, you're not looking that way anyway. So, I don't think it's too much of an issue, personally. But I can see why people sort of find it unattractive. So, you know, fair play. Fair play. That's a nice shot, to be fair. Back of the train. But I can remember how to move motion blur. Isn't it F2 or something? Control F2. Hey, there we go. Oh my god, the game looks horrendous without motion blur. I never realised how bad it looks. I don't know, but the motion blur seems to actually smooth the game. It looks more laggy like this, but the motion blur helps, kind of seems to help to smooth it. None of the motion blur is not completely great and all that, but you know, it helps, I think. Let's have a look at the underframe anyway, because I've not done that. I don't think I've done that for a while for a TS World release, to be fair. The shoe's a funny shape, but I'm not going to dwell on that, because it's not all that important. I mean, the weathering's there. Yeah, okay. All looks good. Can't see any major fault with it. Southern train. Actually, yeah, we need to take another look, don't we? See if there are any passengers in the front unit. Oh, I can't open the door. That's a shame. Nope. Nope. Oh, thank goodness for that. I didn't hear it. I just got it. Right. Yeah, a rush hour train with 0 passengers on it. Train Simworld to rush hour, everybody. But again, apparently on a PlayStation or the Xbox or one of the two, they released the wrong build, it sounds like. So maybe it's to come. Maybe, because what they did initially, they tested the product. They tested it without any of the bells and whistles. So they turned off the passenger numbers and the rush hour passenger numbers so that it was less crowded. They had the rush hour passenger models and behaviour, but there wasn't any all the people weren't there, sort of thing. So maybe they forgot to turn them back on. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this isn't how rush hour has actually been programmed, because if it is, then all we got out of this whole rush hour thing was 3 routes. Don't get me wrong, 2 of the routes are great. One of the routes I couldn't care less for, the American one. Maybe I should do a video on that. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good. I just personally couldn't care less for it. It doesn't interest me at all. But again, the German one, yeah. Riesa Dresden, yeah, you know. I've not actually played the branch yet, to be fair. I need to jump on it and try out the branch line. Well, that I do need to do. You can tell I'm much more awake than I was in the last video. Or I can, at least. If you watched my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. I would say go watch it, but okay. I don't think you're missing out on anything if you don't, to be perfectly honest. It's a bit sort of, hello, welcome to the game. We're going to play the... I can't remember where it is. That kind of thing, so... Oh, I missed the speed limit. Oh, my dipping... Nope, that's... It's none of them. It's that. There we go. That's what I wanted. Down the fast lines? Slow lines, yes. The slow lines. The slow lines split off and go to Red Hill down there. Red Hill is, of course, modelled, and that's how you get onto the Reigate branch. Nice, another train. I love the little vibration noises, the panel rattling. I love that. It's I'm not entirely convinced necessarily by the pattern of the rattle all the time, but it's nice it's there. It makes the cab feel slightly more alive and dynamic than it would otherwise. Do the external cab. It is a oh, nice. See, he's following him. See? This is what we need. If you drive that route, you end up following the other train. It's brilliant. I love it. But no, Joe Burgess did an absolutely incredible job with the scenario. So, you know, full tops to him, you know. I mean, it did take him 5 bloody months to do it, but he did a really good job, and it was well worth the 5 months. I really hope they put him on some more projects in the future, and I hope he can get into them as much as he got into this, because he was really really excited for this one, and he wanted to do the best he could apparently, and he got the help with Moleman, because Moleman works with DTG as well, and you know, together they've worked on the research, getting the timetable. Information required to produce it. This is all based on the 2018 timetable, apparently. It's all pre-COVID. Nobody wants a COVID timetable because that would be boring as heck. So, which seems to be what DCG might do best, to be honest. But you know, not boring as heck necessarily. The COVID timetable. That's what I'm talking about. Just to be clear, I'm not slagging DCG off too much this time. Too much. Long tunnel. Now, it actually doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere in that tunnel for some reason. It's funny. It just looks like you're kind of making noise without actually achieving anything. Any second now, just around the corner, we should go over the slow lines, I believe. Right about here. Nice. I'm assuming this cutting doesn't count as a tunnel according to the game. I hope not. We shall see though. Bridge. Do the cutting. Let's see. No, that's good. It's not a tunnel. That's what I wanted to see. Currently I'm running on about 25 frames. Don't forget I am recording. It seems to run around 30-ish for me. Bearing in mind I am on max settings. So, you know, reduce the settings a little bit and you might get a few more frames. People have been reporting 60 to 90 frames out of this route, which is pretty impressive. So, they obviously did something right to get optimization that's that good. There you go. We start getting a lot of branch lines coming in now, so you'll get a lot of trains also come in from them branch lines. Have them modelled for little stations. Because this one theoretically should have a station. Oh, what? Oh. I mean, they kind of went for it, but I would have thought personally that you model them stations properly. Because let's face it, they've not really got to do much more scenery work to get them up to scratch. You're in the same sort of area anyway, so just expand the scenery width slightly. You know, you're not building an entirely new section of scenery. Just put the platforms in, and then we can drive the trains up to sort of the ends of them bits. You know, seems silly not to, in my opinion. Don't necessarily have to extend anywhere down the lines themselves, because obviously that takes time and money. But just put the stations in that are next to the route, sort of thing. You know what I mean? A little bit of extra is always appreciated. Limit coming up. Like with the new branch line they've done for the Reigate Roaster. I can't think what it's called now, but the new branch line, they've got a little bit where you sort of by the river, where you sort of leave this one of the stations, sort of cross the bridge on foot, or you can go up the big steps to the top of a hill, which is all a little picnic area, and you can, you know, have a look out over the city, sort of thing. It's great, and I love it, and that's the kind of thing that I want to see out of this game. Little tidbits, Easter eggs here, there, and everywhere that just okay, interesting. Yeah, just little bits here that sort of are just interesting to look at. Like, they didn't have to add it, and a lot of people were saying, oh, why did you add that and waste time doing it? But for me personally, I really like that. I like the fact that they're using the new technology. You know, the ability to walk around. What's the point of being able to walk around the game if you're literally just going to be sat in the cab driving trains? I mean, if you want to just be sat in the cab driving trains, feel free. There's no problem with doing that. If that's how you play your game, then that's how you play your game. Please go for it, sort of thing. But for those people who want to get a bit adventurous, why is that a 60 board when the limit's actually 45 as well? But no, for them people who want to get a bit adventurous, give us a little bit extra, you know. This is one of the other bits I also wanted to moan about. Oh, hello, South Eastern Service. Yeah, that's a diversion. They do happen sometimes. Yes, East Croydon. Can I pause the game without? I don't know. I don't think I can. East Croydon is a mess, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know, I'll let you make your minds up, but I honestly think they've used the same asset as they have for trains now. As much as I don't blame them, I think it's a bit late. Also, this, why? Just you know, maybe it is like that, but I really would be struggling to believe that. I don't even know if you could get passengers down here. Oh, you can. Okay, that's good then. Right. Anyway, anywho, we did miss passing through East Croydon, but I wanted to point them little things out to you. That there's no tram. There's not even a hint of where the trams could be. You know. It's a bit like TS Classic. If they ever wanted to add the tram link, they would have to entirely rebuild Croydon from the ground up. They've not sort of left themselves the space where they could add it in the future. And personally, that's what I would do. You're proactive, not reactive. You know? Help yourself today and you help a little, and you'll help yourself a lot in the future. Don't waste time rebuilding stuff. You know, they reused the same Brighton for this route because there was nothing wrong with it, sort of thing. They upgraded it a bit. So, you know, why redo work that you don't have to? The depot's on here, by the way, Selhurst. It is on here apparently. I'm yet to explore it, to be honest, but it is here. Was that a wonky now? Do you know what? I was gonna say that's awesome. That it's wonky. But I'm not actually too sure that's intentional. Looking at where that's positioned, I honestly don't think that's intentional. I think they, how it got the angle it did though, I don't know. I think, I've got no problems with it being wonky necessarily. Even though it would be hard to hit a lamp on a station, on a platform with a vehicle, make it wonky. You know, a lamp on a road would be better off wonky than the one on a station. But for the position it's in the middle of the platform, it seems like somebody. It seems like somebody was working on the area. They placed the asset down. They copied it. They said, "Oh, I'll come back to it," and then forgot about it. Which, don't get me wrong, it's not a problem. Not a problem leaving stuff and coming back to it. It's obviously just slipped through quality control. How? I don't know. Probably because DTG don't actually seem to have quality control, but you know, they do have quality control, and I guess not everything can be picked up. The silence is intentional. That's all I'm saying. And no, I don't expect everything to be picked up, but come on. It didn't take me much to notice that, did it? You lot probably all noticed it before I did, so why are there people here? Are they not able to produce sort of do not spawn markers sort of thing, you know? I don't think there would normally be people here unless in the case of an emergency. I mean, half of them are leaving anyway, so, but I don't think, are they not able to make markers so they can't, so they're not able to spawn sort of thing, you know, platform markers. Or just don't put a platform marker in at all, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? We're going up here. It's like uphill now. Cool. A lot of the route's been downhill, to be honest. So initially I was going to play this as a first look and run the tutorial, but I really didn't have time and I was desperate to play it, so yeah, I decided to play it and then I'd come back and do a review of it, which to be honest isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I kind of know bits I'm talking about, and it's still first impressions, don't get me wrong. Because I've only driven it one service, well, 3 services technically, but I drove on 166 services, so yeah. Actually, while we're on the subject of other trains, let's go through the stock which has been added in the layers, which you can require. So, by default, you get your 377 and 387. With the East Coastway one, I'm not entirely sure if the East Coastway one works. I know the Great Western Mainline one works, but you'll get the Class 66 services, the freight services, which is nice. Nice, he's stopping because there's a train in front of him. Awesome. Makes you want to play that service rather than just stop go. So yeah, you'll need Great Western Express. And Great Western Express will also unlock the Class 166 timetables between Reigate and Gatwick Airport via Red Hill. And it will also unlock an AI-only HST service through Clapham Junction from Reading to Waterloo. And that's to represent the Great Western diversions that they occasionally do. Now, to my knowledge, I don't actually think a GWR HST, or GWR livery HST, has ever actually been into Waterloo. I'm very likely wrong, but I'm not aware of one going in. I've never seen any pictures of one, certainly. But it's nice that they included it. I'm not complaining that they included it. It's an extra bit of AI, and it adds a tiny bit of life to the otherwise dead Clapham, Southwest train side of Clapham Junction. Because there's no stock for Clapham Junction at the moment. We don't have anything that could be substituted or anything, really. So they've not put the timetable in. So Clapham Junction is a bit dead on the other side. I really hope it's all modelled and all that, so that once we eventually do get a southwestern route, the East ECG, Reading to Waterloo would be lovely. Considering we have the Postal Direct line on the other route. I mean, yeah, I'd love the Postal Direct line, don't get me wrong, but Reading to Waterloo would probably be the more preferable one. Because we have the other route on the other side. And I reckon the commuter side of things would probably work slightly better. I mean, to be fair, if they went the other way, they'd only go to Woking anyway, so I can't even, maybe Guildford if you're lucky, but would they go to Portsmouth? No, I don't think they would. Not in the same route, to be honest, at least, anyway. We know what DTG are like with distance. They shy away from long distance where they can. Gatwick Express. Nice. Yeah, no, we've seen a lot more trains since we left Croydon. And that's what you'll notice. As soon as you go through Croydon, the train numbers hugely increase. So yeah, so what's that? Great Western Express. You'll need the West Somerset Railway for the static 09, so I wouldn't worry too much if you don't have the 09, the Class 09, the West Somerset Railway, because it is only static AI. Oh wow, oh wow. Lagham Junction. It strikes again. Not even Trenton Ward can do Clapham right. That's interesting. I suppose it's 16 frames. Maybe slightly better than thingy. Maybe it's a good thing that there's no Southwestern train services. And to be fair, it sounds like with the just the trains that are loaded, the game is struggling anyway. From what I hear, a lot of people have been reporting crashes. All the trains and stuff in the timetable. And I mean, it's gone so far that they've actually not included any extra layers for the old consoles. So yeah, and the other ones you'll need are the Southeastern High Speed for the Class 375. You'll need the Class 465 DLC, obviously for the 465, because you've got some AI which uses it at Victoria, which is lovely to see. I am so pleased that they added Victoria AI, seeing as we actually have the trains. Why the heck not? Make Victoria feel a bit more alive, considering Clapham can't be. I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. Obviously, there are a few 375 services you can drive between sort of East Croydon and wherever they go to on the diversion route down there. I'm so surprised actually that okay, no AWS. I poised myself over my button and no AWS came. So fair enough. Whatever, the signals get quite close here, so I'll start slowing down a bit. Nice. We're actually stuck in a Victoria queue, which is good. It's what you want, really. Don't just fly into Victoria with no other trains around you. No, I'm quite surprised they didn't put the depot services as drivable. I think they're only AI. Or AI only. I have seen trains sitting in the depot, which suggests that there are services that do run in and out. But no, I thought they would have made them services drivable, to be honest, just to give you something extra to do on the southeastern side, and also to let you have another go with the 465. But apparently not. Apparently not. One train I would like to see. Oh yes, and also in one of the preview screenshots, it appears as though once the 313 is done, there's a 465 right over the back there. And it's nice to be able to use all the existing stock we've got. That's what I love about this game, to be fair. You know, they add the stock, you buy it, and then as soon as you bought it, that's it. They can add it to anything, and it will just automatically appear. You know, no hassling or making scenarios with it and adding it and default rubbish and all that kind of jazz. You know, it's just straight up in there, off you go. Play it now, sort of thing. I just love it. It's the perfect system, in my opinion. In theory. In practice, it's how they use them, of course. But in this particular instance, yeah, there's always something moving. To be honest, sometimes it seems a little quiet. Like now, it looks a bit quiet. But I also don't think that's unprototypical either, sort of thing. I don't think we're missing out on anything too much. By the fact that there are no trains running at the moment. There's probably something either starting or finishing at the moment. Means there can't be any trains on the move up here. Because when DTG did their initial preview of Victoria, they actually had it so that turn the DRA on. No doubt I'll forget. Yeah, no, they actually stood on the end of the platform for a little while. There you go. There's the train. Maybe it's only one then. Maybe it's only static. But it would be nice to have some morning and evening services that just run back and forth. Nice, you can play with the 465. I mean, no doubt you probably could go and drive it if you wanted to. You wouldn't get very far, of course. You'd only get... you probably derail anyway. Oh, actually, there's a point lever there, so... you probably wouldn't derail. You would derail eventually, though. You'd derail there you go. Catch a point. Come off the rails at the catch point. So... but no. There you go. Train coming now. Oh, there we go. We've got our route. DRA off. Forward. Nope, that's not forward. That's off. That's off. That's off. Okay. Right. Whatever. Right. There we go. Let's fly to the back of the train. Turn off the motion blur. Yay! Screenshots! There we go. That's all I wanted. All I wanted! There we go. That might have to be the thumbnail. I was going to use the other one, but I might have to use that, as there's two trains in it. Platform 14, it said, didn't it? So... and here we are! Victoria. I really want to walk over to the southeastern side, because that's more interesting because of the canopy. So we'll go take a wander and then I'll end the video up there. Well, I might walk back. Whatever. We'll do what we do. Cross over the junction into platform 14. But there are bars across the sort of concrete or metal beams across it. Oh, only halfway down. Okay. Maybe that's realistic. I don't know. It just looks a bit odd there being nothing there. If you get what I mean. very laggy. Doesn't like it too much. To be fair, the lag's not been unbearable, to be fair on it, so let's put the motion blur back on. I think I forgot. So, yeah, I can sort of deal with it. I can cope. Nice. There we go. Reverser off. Key out. DRA on. Headlights will turn off, and they can be on auto for tails. And there we are. We have reached Victoria. There is absolutely nobody on my train, so absolutely nobody's going to get off. Oh, they've not fixed that destination, but they've fixed this one. Oh, maybe it is full size. I don't know. Maybe it is right. Fair enough. Right, there we go. Nice. Nice. Love it. Love it. So yeah, let's walk over to the other side quickly. I'm assuming you can't go out into the concourse area. Oh, hello. Snooze papers. They should have borrowed my asset for these. DCG, get in touch. I'd be more than happy for you to use my gate lines. They look better. Oh, post up. Nice. All of this bit under here. Oh, what? Oh no, don't do that. I can't walk any further. This is my limit. Oh, really? Oh, that's disappointing. That's hugely disappointing. I was hoping they'd at least let you into all this bit, just to have a nosy. Oh, that's not nice. I wonder. Do you reckon? Oh, it doesn't. Hang on. Oh. Wait. Well, I'm going to end the video in a roof, apparently. That was an interesting experiment. Yeah. That's about all I have for you. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, my final conclusion, I suppose. Yeah. To be honest, I think for the playability, certainly, you're not getting a too bad a deal for 25 quid. Basing it off if you've not bought the Rush Hour expansion. So yeah, I don't think you're getting a too bad a deal. There we go. Control 0 also resets you to your cab. If you've never known that before, you know, little tip for you there. Control 0 will reset you back to your cab if you do get stuck. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, no. Yeah. I have mixed opinions, to be honest. I really do. It's certainly not the worst route they've ever done, by a long shot. It really isn't. But it's also most definitely not their best. I'm trying to get a pretty sort of end shot. There we go. Not a screenshot. There you go. So yeah. If you want the playability, 100% get it. The trains are actually really well done, to be fair. Love the fact that the destination scroll. When are we getting our Rush Hour passengers? That's what I want to know, our passenger volumes. That's what we need. Most definitely what we need. Anyway, guys, yeah. I think overall, yeah, it's not a bad deal actually for 25 quid. If you got the extra DLC for it to get the 4,000 train scenario timetable service mode working, whatever you want to call it, then yeah. Oh, and also really quick interesting thing. One of the mastery things actually has a different font of let's go for something quieter. Yeah, one of the mastery achievements actually has a different font of text for the scenario designer. So I thought that was quite interesting actually. So if you do your mastery on this, I think it's 35 miles and 2 scenarios played or something for this. So, you know. Anyway, I'm going to end that here. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye!